Hi, my name is Donnovann Rezanka, and this is my informative speech about my line of work, which is koi pond construction, koi pond cleaning, and then the koi fish maintenance, keeping them looking the way they do. The fish I work with are absolutely magnificent creatures. More than likely, some of them will live longer than me and you, and maybe even our children. The oldest recorded koi fish was named Hanako, and was born in 1751 when the Qian dynasty was still ruling in China, and died in 1977 when Jimmy Carter was elected president of the United States. That is a truly amazing statistic to think about. Koi fish are a type of carp that was imported from China when they were invading Japan, and the word koi literally is carp, means carp in Japanese. Have you ever seen a koi fish? Have you ever heard of one? Well, if you have, you would know how beautiful they are. The coloration is magnificent and impeccable. And another key attribute, if you've ever seen one, is that you would see how friendly they are. They're extremely friendly fish. They will actually come up to you as if a dog or something and will actually approach you instead of shying away, especially if they know you. Some koi have even been taught to feed out of the hand, and I'm actually doing so at one of my stores. I'm trying to teach one of the fish that I'm going to take when I have my own pond. I'm trying to feed him out of my hand, and it's a learning process. You have to build the relationship with that fish. My experience at work has been amazing, and in fact, probably my most favorite aspect of the whole job has been building the relationships I have with the koi. So far, we have way too many fish for me to name and remember them all, but I'm working on it. And eventually, one day, I'll probably know each fish by its name that I've given it. And it's just like my pets, as if I had 100 dogs. I just have 100 fish. That's the only difference. Koi are absolutely beautiful and intelligent, but their habitats do require a lot of maintenance, and they require some sort of filtration system, because their membrane of mucus is actually located on the outside of their body, and that is actually their immune system. So whenever they're stressed or scared or freaked out, they actually excrete all their ammonia and nitrites when they're either upset, stressed, or scared. And those are very deadly to the fish as well. So you have to monitor those levels very carefully, and if you're going to have one, you need to have the pond correctly built, and you need to have a biofiltration system, and the UV light is optional, but it is a great additive, and it kills a lot of the unwanted bacteria. The reason some of the koi that are more valuable than others are simply due to an appropriation of a name to a certain color or pattern, such as the ogon, which is any completely solid colored koi, or a kohaku, which is a koi with a white body, and then patterns of red only on the back, not on the belly or the head. The konromo is white body with blue or black pine cone over red. And then the showa is a black body with patterns of white and red. And then my favorite is the tancho, which is a solid white koi fish with a red dot on its forehead. It's one of the most desirable fish because it is very rare, especially with a perfect circle that does not cross its eyes or anything. It is one of the most expensive fish, and these fish can go up to $10,000 in price. The origin of the koi comes from China, but they were immigrated into Japan when they were invading. And the Japanese rice farmers would end up with these carp all in their rice fields and everything, and they were very brown and dark and mucky, and they were not very attractive fish, but somewhere along the line, one of the koi had a discoloration or a mutation on it that the farmer saw, and he must have spotted another one, and for some reason he decided to breed them to see if he could bring out that coloration more in the offspring, and he did. And that is how we have gotten our koi carp to have these beautiful colors, is through selective breeding. And when they do breed, they breed obviously a lot, just like most fish, and they have to cull out all the not desirable ones or the ones with defects or anything like that. So a normal 10,000 egg nest will probably only produce anywhere between 100 to 300 sellable koi fish. And the best body of water for the koi fish to live in is going to be a deep, at least 3 feet deep. And the longer the design, the better, because they like to be able to swim back and forth. A circle, of course, would work, but they just like having more length to move around in. The most important aspect of this, when you're taking care of a koi fish, is understanding the maintenance. And to understand the maintenance, you have to understand the biological cycle, or better known as the nitrogen cycle, because that is the biggest killer of these fish. And the first step in the cycle is the fish waste, uneaten food, and the decaying plant material, if there is plant material, will produce ammonia, which is the number one most dangerous chemical for these fish. From that ammonia, it'll be sucked up into a biofilter where nitromanous bacteria will then use that ammonia and oxygen and turn them into nitrite, the second most harmful chemical to koi fish. Then a bacteria called nitrobacter converts the nitrite and oxygen into nitrates. And then lastly, anaerobic bacteria, which is a form of oxygen-free bacteria, turns that nitrate into free nitrogen, which is not harmful for the koi fish themselves. All of this I've learned in a short amount of time, and it's only been about 4 or 5 months that I've worked here. And I've actually really enjoyed working with these fish, and I've actually done a lot of research outside of this speech regarding the koi fish themselves and how to take care of them, and just interesting facts about them, and I've learned a lot. And a lot of this I actually knew prior to this speech project because I was so interested in them, and I actually found it out on my own, and I'm just relaying it in a speech format for you. So it's something I really love and I really enjoy, and it's a very growing thing in Houston. Houston has become a very big center of koi fish and koi ponds due to the climate and the area. It's very popular, and it just keeps growing, and we've been in business for 20 years. Lowe's Water Gardens was started in 1999, and they're still running strong to this day, and I hope one day to take over the business and continue the beautiful process of koi fish building and then maintaining these beautiful ponds for years to come. Thank you very much.